Aloha and welcome back to Shaka Around the World. I finally got a chance to make another video for you. This one I'm calling my guide to safari guides. I'm going to touch base on our guides in Amboseli, Samburu and Maasai Mara, what we learned and information we gathered while we were on our own trip, and hopefully you can use this information in planning your own trip, which is my main goal in providing these videos. So here we go. Just my quick disclaimer, all of this information came out of our own safari trip in Kenya in October of 2024. We went to Amboseli, Samburu and Maasai Mara. So heads up, your results may vary. All right, first let's talk about some of the common denominators that most safari guides have. Then we'll delve into a little bit about what makes a guide good, great, special, and unique. Right off the bat, they're all going to be comedians, okay? I guarantee you, you're going to hear the African massage joke at least once on your trip. But think about it, you have to be a people person to take care of up to 6 people in your truck per day. And it's okay because you might just get a friend out of it. Okay, here we are. And here's everybody else. We're all waiting for the leopard to come back with a cub to feast on that monkey. Ooh, the monkey, she left the monkey somewhere in here, so that's what we're waiting for. For us, our guide was with us for our entire safari. It also turned out to be the guy who picked us up at the local airstrip. So now they may switch out guides from time to time for logistical reasons, but usually you're stuck with who you got. Now this is a big job if you think about it. They really have to be a safari multitasker. They're going to be your personal driver, an animal tracker, your meal caterer, your safety officer, your amateur biologist, your tour coordinator, your communications specialist, your entertainer, your mechanic, your logistics supervisor, and your babysitter all rolled up into one. So they got a really big job on their shoulders. He or she will have to perform all these duties, usually on very little sleep. If you think about it some more, it's like up at 5 a.m. to get ready for the 6 a.m. game drive departure, then back to camp for the bushwalks, the airstrip transfers, the afternoon game drives, the sundowners, the evening game drives, finally finishing up after 9 p.m. once the truck is cleaned and refueled, to do it all over again the next day with a smile. Well, let's talk about animals. After all, it's one of the main reasons why you go on safari in the first place, and it's your guide's job to take you to them. Your guide also must know all the animal names by heart. And not so good if you ask, what is that bird called? And the reply is, I don't know. Now, for the most part, you're going to be constantly on the move, but you may get lucky with the occasional elephant or lion strolling past your truck. For safety, they do tell you to stay in the truck for a reason. If you got to go to the bathroom, they'll look for a nice wide open spot so you can go out behind the truck where you won't get mauled while you're doing number 1. So, and ladies, don't forget to bring a small baggie to pack up your toilet paper. You don't want to leave that behind in the bush. Oh my God, big boy.
Are so big.
Come on by me, baby. Come on.
This is great.
All guides and their vehicles are regulated by the Kenyan government. Now, whether they're based in Nairobi or at the local camps, each guide must complete a 2-year training program to obtain their guide license and to operate a TSV or tourism service vehicle. The vehicles must be strictly maintained to handle all types of road, off-road, and weather conditions. Perfect example of that is my hailstorm in the Maasai Mara video you can watch. And each vehicle must have the obligatory windshield, permit, and inspection decals. So keep an eye out for them and make sure they're up to date. Alright, we got the common denominators out of the way. We can move into talking about some intangibles that, in my opinion, make a guide unique. If you get a guide with all these attributes, congratulations, you've hit the guide jackpot, so good luck with that. I'm going to use elephants based out of each location we visited as a baseline and how each guide presented them. So let's start with Isaac, based out of Elephant Gorge Camp in Amboseli. He was a little younger than most, but very humble, very down to earth, which made him very likable. He does need a little bit more years under his belt to become a great guide, but he's definitely on his way, so good luck, Isaac. Okay, just landed here to the plane. We've got to go find our guide.
Scott. Christine.
And Scott.
Scott.
What is your name?
Isaac.
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 Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Look at that.
Some legs. I got some sausages and
Wow.
bacons. I got some baked beans. Yeah. Welcome. Then I got some cakes. I got some fruits. I got some yogurt.
Okay, Isaac and Christine, and here's our truck. And it's just because it's off season, we have the whole truck to ourselves. We don't have to share. Toyota, of course. So these elephants strolled up to us on our first morning in Amboseli. This one is as close to a super tusker as you can get, but not a real one because she's female, but pretty big tusks nonetheless.
Uh,
360 view.
Yes,
Amboseli Conservancy. Look at that. Look at that sky. And they're setting up for us right there for our sundowner cocktails and
I can't jump.
maybe the puppy will show you how to jump.
I probably come 2 inches off the ground.
I know, me too.
So he's gonna teach you.
Yes. Wow. Yes. And you jump higher. Wow. Wow. With killing, with the mountain, at least it's clearing. Yeah? Wow. Christine, give them.
Our Kilimanjaro sundowner was super windy, but sure was a lot of fun. We're rolling into Amboseli,
The
Kimana,
park we only have some very few places.
our second day. There you go. Right in front of the car. There's Isaac, our guide. He's doing a great job. We love him.
Thank you.
And here's our Amboseli bush breakfast. Elephant tongue.
Long distance, walk like 60, 30 kilometers. And then the moment we settle in the bush, we just look for the elephant poo and make fire.
Yep.
Because it has a very big fiber.
Next up is Sumaru, based out of the Saruni Samburu camp in the Kalama Conservancy, adjacent to the Samburu National Reserve. Now, Sumaru was very upfront, very in your face, very straightforward. His tenacity to never give up the hunt allowed us to see things that other guides easily missed. Just see my lion eats a crocodile video for a perfect example of this. His ability to track animal paw prints was impressive to watch, and he specialized in Samburu elephant herds, as if to know exactly which herds he could approach and which to stay away from. It was quite impressive to watch. Okay, here's our guide. We're in Kalama at Samburu dirt runway. What's your name again?
Sumaru.
Sumaru. Are you going to be our guide?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm
Yes.
Scott
Scott,
and
nice to
Christine.
meet
Thank you.
Welcome. Now this is very rough
Oh,
one.
this is a big one. So when again will it start to flood? November, December?
Yeah.
I got it. Oh, that's awesome.
There you go. You do it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now here's a video of the exact same moment taken from my wife's iPhone, who was sitting right in front of me. Later on in the day, we came across these two males, and you can hear Sumaru in the background saying warning as we drove off.
The trunk around the tusk.
Warning.
Here's one of our Samburu bush breakfasts, and I can tell you that that homemade pineapple jam in a jar was outstanding. Last up is our guide in the Maasai Mara, Kisame, based out of Eagle View Camp in the Naboisho Conservancy. Now for him, 16 years of experience really spoke for itself. You could tell by the way he spoke to the game wardens, to the other guides, that he was respected. Thus, it gave us valuable insider information. Now I'm calling it instinct, you can call it knowledge if you want, but he always seemed to take us to where the animals were or where the animals were going to be. And then as a wildlife photographer himself, he was able to put me in position for that perfect shot each and every time. Now Kisame's specialty are the big cats. He knew where the leopards were going to be, he knew where the lion prides were going to be, he knew where the lion cubs were going to be. Even got a great video of us in the bushes looking for some cubs, so check it out. Okay, off to Eagle View. On our second day in Maasai Mara, headed to check out some lions, we came across another pair of adult males, and one of the dead ringers for aggression are the ears. Check out the ears, how raised they are. Good sign to stud up and get out of the way. This is roughing it bush style. And we're out. It's incredible. Look at that. This is Noilale village. The most civilization we've seen in 9 days. All right, we're almost done. Just a couple more things to talk about. Like I said before, we were not able to pick our guides. Basically, we went with who picked us up at the local airstrip. Now, I'm pretty sure you could request these guides by name if you stay at the camps that we did. So you gotta check that out on your own. Now, if you're fortunate enough to get guides as good as ours, make sure you tip well. The average is $10 per person per day recommended for their hard work and dedication. Lastly is a subject I'm a little hesitant to talk about, but it does pertain to your planning process, so here we go. Now, if you're planning to drive to your safari destination from Nairobi, you might get a guide based out of Nairobi. Now, where am I heading with this? I can tell you that one of our local guides did not and would not share any information with any Nairobi guides. Now, there's a lot of information floating around out there. They're constantly talking to each other on the radio, cell phones, or in person with the truck putting up right next to you, and information is key. So whether this will affect your own safari adventure, I'm not sure. If you're wondering or if you have any questions, make sure you check with your safari company, your lodging, or your travel agent. Amboseli traffic jam. And we're done. Now, I just want to say I wholeheartedly understand that cost is a huge factor in planning your own safari adventure. With good information, research, and a little bit of luck, you should end up with a great guide who will make your safari adventure that much better. Stay tuned for more videos on the Shaka Around the World channel, and aloha.